So what's going on, Gas Gang? Today we are back with a video on the Seat Leon Cupra, and it's not a good one. There's a reason this car has not been on the channel for a while. It's broken, badly. Stay tuned for this one. It's gonna be interesting. Let's get it. I'm giving one of you guys, one of the Gas Gang family, the opportunity to win my Audi RS5. Guys, take a look at this. So yes guys, as the intro said, today is going to be a strange video. There's going to be ups and downs, but you've probably seen by the thumbnail and the title of this video and also the intro that the Seat Leon Cupra is broken, or was broken, or in fact we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that, but there is a reason you haven't seen this car on the channel for a long time. Not because I've been making loads of content on other cars and have been neglecting this. This car has actually been down at Devil Developments, which we are today, if that makes sense. You're probably used to the background here by now. And it's been here for about a month, maybe even longer. What happened is I was just driving and people are gonna be like, no, you were doing some mad pulls or whatever. I wasn't. I might have been maybe 20 minutes prior, I can't remember, but I was just cruising at the time. And what happened is it seemed to start misfiring. And I think we got an EPC fault, an engine management light. I can't remember exactly. As I say, it was a while ago. And I'm sorry it's only kind of coming to light now, but I thought I'd leave it this way so we could give you a proper explanation once things have been examined. But basically it started misfiring. I managed to kind of nurse it home. We thought it was a coil pack or something, or a spark plug. Sent it down to Devil Developments, and basically it was a lot worse. The engine had it had broken. Guys, we cracked the piston, so the car was dead. And to tell the truth, I didn't really know what to do. Obviously, you guys know I've got a big build incoming, a fully forged build incoming, and you know, Devil Developments, they're very busy. We weren't expecting to have to do this kind of you know, put the big engine in so soon. Also, I wanted to make a lot of content on this because I don't think you guys ever got an actual stage 3 500 brake horsepower first drive video, you know, and this is pretty much why. In fact, I was a little bit lazy getting it out, but then this happened. So yes guys, this car was dead, and I say was because we've actually done something quite magic to this bad boy. And in fact, do you know what's crazy? This is the first time I'm looking at this car in about a month's time because it's been down here. But it's good to see it actually. It's looking quite nice. But yeah, there's been some magic that has happened underneath this bonnet. So guys, today is going to be quite informal, informative is the word I'm looking for. And for many reasons, we're going to show you exactly what happened to this engine, and then we're going to show you exactly what we've done to this engine. So it's an exciting video, guys. I'm not going to waffle too much. We're going to get inside to Devil Developments and have a chat with Ben, and he's going to talk us through it. So yeah, stay tuned for this one, and let's get it. Right, Ben, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while.
It has.
Do you want to kind of talk us through what happened and why you think it happened and anything else?
Yeah, so these are your rods and pistons out of it.
Okay. You always know it's bad when your pistons are on a bench. Do you know what I mean?
This is number 2.
This is number 2.
This is the ringland here.
Okay, just like that.
2 places, actually.
Okay.
That is DI engines, that's how they will fail.
Okay.
And the issue with that is, so it's only number 2 that fails, and what happens is the rings actually hold everything together. So that bit of piston, everything will be all held together. You take the rings off, it falls to bits.
Okay.
You broke yours on the side here, where there is actually only a tiny bit of support there. So what happens is that bit breaks away. If you break it on the side, that bit will break away and the rings end up looking
Show the ring.
like that.
That is not how a piston ring should look, people. Hopefully it's focusing there.
So you lose all your compression and it just starts running on 3.
Got you, got you. Now,
yeah.
why So obviously that's quite bad, but you did say when these engines fail, that's generally how they go.
DI engines will 9 times out of 10 fail like that. And the reason being is because they run a lot of cylinder pressure.
Okay.
Stock,
Yeah.
they run a very tight ring gap.
Okay.
So the ring gap on it, so ring gap is obviously that's your piston ring.
Yep. Oh, and by the way, this is my block.
That is your block. So when you put a piston in, like, can't really line it up very well.
Yeah.
But that little gap there is your ring gap.
Okay. Okay.
So
that tiny little gap there, hopefully that's
tiny little
focusing.
gap there, so you measure it with a feeler gauge.
Yep.
And when you're building an engine,
Yep.
you need to set your ring gap for the purpose of what you're doing with it.
Yep.
So when you get an engine that's designed for 280 horsepower,
Yep.
and try and run it at 500 and something horsepower,
Yep.
your ring gap that Volkswagen decided was perfect
Yep.
for a bar boost at 280 horsepower is no longer
Perfect.
perfect.
Yep. Got
You're
you.
running 2.1 bar boost. So those cylinder pressures are huge,
Got you.
temperatures are much higher.
Yep.
And what happens is you end up with the ring expanding
Okay.
and it butts together. And when it butts together, it can jam in the ball.
Okay.
And also you can get, basically everything swells up and the ring contacts the ball and puts an enormous pressure outwards on it.
Got you.
And what that does is it sticks to the ball just for a fraction of a second,
But that's long enough to.
but it's moving at
Yes.
a substantial amount of speed. And what it does is it just puts pressure down the piston and it just puts little tiny little cracks in it. And it exerts obviously a lot of force on there. So what you end up with, put this together, you end up with these little tiny, I think you can see that, you end up with these little tiny little cracks like that.
Got you.
And that's what happens.
Got you.
And it makes it worse. So if you end up with one little crack in it,
Yep.
you'll get two.
Yeah.
Because you've got leverage to move that side down now.
Yep.
And once you get two, you'll get three, and once you get four. So
Yeah.
starts with one.
Got you.
But you can actually see in your ball, then you can see that you get these little rings. And you will see that even on sort of stage 2 cars, stage 1 cars.
Yeah.
It's quite common, but obviously where you're running enormous boost,
Yeah.
and also where you had a lot of oil going in your engine when you're doing those pulls with the...
Oh yeah, and it's dumping back. Yeah.
You end up with you make things worse and worse and worse.
Yep. So would you say, like, for anyone tuning their car, stage 3 cars, or maybe even stage 2 cars, or at what point should people be worrying about this kind of damage? Because I said, for me, it's always been, if she blows full send. And, I'm lucky enough to work in conjunction with you guys, and it's not too much of a problem, but there'll be people out there who are worried about these things happening. How do you avoid it? Or can you?
There's an element of luck to it. Obviously, if this was retail customer, we wouldn't be running 2.1 bar in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a little bit. I think once you go above that sort of 420, 430 foot-pounds of torque,
It's anyone's guess.
Yeah. You could run 450, 460, but you're only ever one misfire away from.
Or I'd go and flying.
Not even that you.
Oh, just a crack. Yeah.
It's all about cylinder pressures.
Got you.
They have to be very smooth, and when you get all spikes in cylinder pressure, that's what will happen to it.
Got you.
So you can have the best mapped car in the world and it'd be absolutely perfect, but if you had a coil go down whilst you're on peak boost and that cylinder pressure's quite high, that little misfire just at once could be enough to do that. So there is elements of luck to it. I don't know. It depends on budget. For me, 500 horsepower, one of these, I'd be fine. For me, it's not a big cost issue because these engines are not that expensive. You could, if you're a fairly competent mechanic, you could just buy a second-hand engine and just swap it over. But if you want to fix it,
you might as well forge it.
Fix the ring gaps, and it won't do it again.
Got you.
The rest of the engine is incredibly strong. So,
Wicked.
I mean, we've been running, this engine's high mileage and it's a bit of a sheddy engine anyway.
Yeah, hang on, that's the other thing. Let's talk about this engine now, because I don't think people, this isn't a low mileage, one owner example now. This car has been the village train, pretty much. And it's had a hard life. It's important to talk about.
It's got some weird stuff, hasn't it? It's been run with no antifreeze in it, which is a bit curious. At some point in its life, it's had no antifreeze in it. You can see the head. Obviously, that's alley, so it's just staining.
It's rusty,
but
innit?
At some point, it's had some really crusty, crusty stuff going on. But again, it doesn't damage the valves from because it's so contained by the rings. You get no head damage, no nothing. It is quite a relatively simple repair.
Wicked, wicked, wicked. Now, I've told the people, in fact, I'll spin the camera around, I've told you guys at home, now you know what's happened, why we think it's happened. Now, obviously, you guys need a rectification. That car is not sitting outside with no engine in it. We've went forged, baby. Bro, it was kind of, well, it was inevitable, it was going to happen, but it's happened sooner.
We were going to do it anyway, weren't we?
Yeah.
But we just moved that process forward a little bit.
That's right.
So you got your Progress Engineering rods in there, you got your CP pistons, you got new bearings, and you got Supertech valve springs.
Yep.
You got Andrew, ALD, did the head for you, so that's been ported.
Got ya. Yeah, shout out to him.
3-angle seats and all that sort of good stuff in it.
Wicked.
And it's all put together.
Guys, we now have the forged engine in the car. However, we're not running the final setup. I'll let you explain what we've went for now.
We put the hybrid back on, just because we know when you want to run an engine in, you don't, because obviously when we go to the bigger turbo, we'll probably do something else management-wise and injector-wise, things like that. So when you want to run a new engine in, you want the fueling to be absolutely perfect.
Yep.
And you want it to, you want to be able to turn it over and it starts straight up and you'll be able to monitor everything straight away.
Yep.
So you don't want to be messing around with an unknown. So you put the hybrid back on it with the setup you have, because we know it runs, works. So we can put that together, run it in, and know it will start run. We can just do that process instead of introducing more.
Exactly, exactly.
You know.
Little by little, right?
Yeah, but we are going to see how far we can push that turbo.
Yeah.
I have done some running in on it already. We're running.
Yep.
And I have gone 2.2 bar.
Okay, interesting.
2.2, 2.3
okay.
mid-range, and I'm revving out to 7.6 now.
So we're revving to 7.6?
7.6. Still seems quite happy, still making power up there, so
yeah,
I think you've got to put meth kit on it as well.
That's right, which I forgot to bring to you, sorry.
So I think we're just going to see what we can do with the hybrid that's a small 500 hybrid.
Yeah.
But see what we can do with it.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing, guys. I thought that would make the journey a little bit more interesting. As I say, we've kind of, we've had to go forged a little bit sooner than we thought we were going to. But why not, you know, stretch the journey out? Let's see what this hybrid can do on a built engine, like, you know what I mean? We can max it out pretty much. Now we're
we can run whatever you like.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're not gonna, though that issue you have with the piston, that is how they fail.
Got ya.
Rods do snap, it's very rare.
Yeah.
That's, what you've had happen is rare. A rod snapping is even rarer, so if you've done the both,
yeah,
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And you've got ARP studs in yours as well.
Sick, sick. And guys, I will show you this engine. This was, well, so this isn't my engine, but this turbo here was the turbo I was going to go for. Now, this is a LITTCO modified Garrett internally gated big frame turbo, right?
Yeah, so that's a G30.
Yep.
So it's a Garrett G30, but they never made an internal gate G30.
Yep.
So we've got a G25 internal gate housing.
Yep.
We've machined it all out on our stuff and made a G30, G25 hybrid. So.
Got ya. And guys, I say that because this is no longer the setup we're going for. I'm not going to tell you exactly what we're going for, but it's changed because let's keep you guys in suspense. But it's just going to be, in fact, it's going to be more angry than this one.
The reason we did that is to keep the electronic actuator.
Okay.
We don't need an electronic actuator in yours anymore.
Okay. There you go. There you go. That's all we're saying. So, yeah, guys, I would kind of show you around the engine of the Cupra, the forged engine, but it looks exactly the same as it did prior to being forged. All the goodies still on there. And, yeah, all the same kind of hardware supporting the engine, if that makes sense, like all the forged bits and bobs and all that. But apart from that, guys, you're back up to date now. So we had a broken one. Now we have even stronger fixed one, but not this one, the one that's in my car, just to confuse things a little bit more. So yes, we will shortly be back with a video telling you kind of where we've went, what we've done with the car, because as Ben said, we need the MEF still. We're going to fit the MEF, and then we're going to turn things up, and then we're just going to, I don't know, full send, I guess, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the journey. And yeah, who do we want to shout out again? I want to give someone else a shout out again for the head.
Andrew,
was it the head?
AUDI
Andrew,
AUDI developments.
Yeah. And he does EA 888 heads or all different heads. And
he does a few different heads, but he's done a few of these and he's had good results. You know,
Wicked.
we like to support people that put the effort into one particular thing instead of saying they can do everything.
Yeah.
Sort of, you know, and obviously Progress Engineering. All the engine bits.
Well, guys, you heard it there. Now you're up to date with the Cupra saga, shall we say? Kind of nearly tripping over. We had a bit of a, you know, a bad start to the video, but you know, it's all's well that ends well. And yeah, we are now running a forged engine in the Cupra, so it's about to get crazy. So guys, we're gonna end the video here. Just wanna say a massive shout out once again to LITTCO Devil Developments, the wizard that is Ben, and also everyone who has supported us, the fellow who done it one more time, the mate you done the head? Andrew.
AL Developments.
AL Developments, we'll leave links to him in the description, and again, Pro Race Engineering.
Yes.
We'll leave links to them in the description. So guys, just an informative video today and a bit of a techie one. And as I say, if you can't wait to see more on the now forged Cupra, stay tuned for the next video. So like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.